What's going on, Buffs Nation? I'm back. It's David Talks Buffs. That's right. We got a few news pieces to cover, but I'm back from my week hiatus. I had a heck of a time in Las Vegas. Lost all my bets on Friday. I put on the Summer League games, but won every single one that I put on Saturday. So that's nice. If you want to hear more about all that madness, I'll speak to it here after we cover all the good stuff. But before I get started, man, we got some disappointing news. I'm sorry to start this with some disappointing news, but David Connor, offensive line transfer coming here from the University of Florida, out with a torn pec. Man, I would imagine that this will sideline him for the season. Good news is that he should be able to use a medical redshirt on this, and we shouldn't lose any years of eligibility with him here at CU. And I'm still bullish on him long term here at CU to take one of those starting offensive line positions. But kind of to fill it in, I don't know if it was coincidence because we do have some scholarship spots left, but Jeremiah McCrimmon coming in here at the JUCO level from Coahoma Community College. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Big guy, and he's put on some weight. I think last year the community college had him listed at 285, but now he's 6'6", listed at over 310 pounds. And he's got great experience at right tackle. We'll dive into his film here in just a few minutes, but I want to congratulate him because I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he is the only JUCO player from these tryout camps over the summer that received a scholarship offer. So he was a preferred walk-on at Mississippi State, drove all the way out here to try out for the Buffs, see if he could secure that scholarship spot. And man, he got one. He got one. Bill O'Boyle offered him, and he's here on scholarship. So congratulations to Jeremiah McCrimmon. I mean, this is what happens when you put in the work and you bet on yourself and you take chances and you're not afraid to fail. I mean, he could have easily just stuck over on the eastern side of the country and been content with his preferred walk-on at Mississippi State, but now look where he's at. He's at one of the top football programs in terms of who people are going to be paying attention to this year with, potential to get on the field later down the line. So let's go ahead and dive into the tape. I went ahead on Huddle. He didn't have like a full-on tape of his whole season, but I took the videos from his different community college matchups he had on there, mashed them all up together, and we can take a look at that. And I want to know your thoughts, as always, and hit that like on that video. But what are your thoughts on Jeremiah McCrimmon? Again, I always love more offensive lineman talent. But yeah, let's just go ahead and dive into this, and really happy to have you guys back here with me. All right, you're going to see him 68 coming in here, kind of laying out those pass rushers right there, which leaves the quarterback with plenty of space to complete that pass downfield. It's always nice. Again, 68 here at right tackle. Solid job moving his feet, keeping his hands engaged with the pass rusher. You like to see that. Here, he does very well on that handoff between the right guard on those pass rushers. Wonderful job there. And then here, I mean, he is like Velcro on this pass rusher. He has no chance. Gets his arms on him, gets his hands on him, and they don't leave his body. I like this kind of style. It's a play action, so he's kind of giving a little bit more running, blocking style. And you see he's able to pancake him right there. And you like to see his initial block. He comes off for that guy at the second level. He's able to just kind of tag him a little bit. You'd like to see him finish that off as well. But I think overall it seems like he performed pretty well, pretty solid from what I've seen at the JUCO level. But I don't have any stats to go off of from what I was looking at. But I think he's definitely a developmental guy for sure. One thing that I think I would like to see him improve on, and maybe Bill O'Boyle will work with this a little bit more, is just maybe getting a little bit lower in his stance on some of these blocks. Because sometimes, although he keeps the pass rusher in front of him, he can get kind of driven off or kind of knocked off his balance a little bit, but he's always able to gain, his recovery back and keep that guy in front of him. So that's nice to see. And I like to see his aggressiveness, his physicality. There are some blocks here. I think this might be it. This one here in the run game. No, no, it's not. But you like to see him finishing off these blocks where he necessarily doesn't have to because the play's kind of away, but it just shows you what type of aggressiveness he has, his physicality, how he looks for contact, how he wants to be the bully, how he wants to be the dominant one. I mean, look at that. Just completely takes that defensive lineman off his feet. You love to see that. So, and again, I mean, he might have been a preferred walk-on, but this is at an SEC program at Mississippi State. And right now, what we need here at CU is quality depth. We need to build that pipeline. Just like, I mean, wow, look at that block. But we need to build that pipeline, just like Alabama and Georgia have, where it's next man up mentality. And, we need to get these guys that have great size and physical attributes that have shown it at other levels of football. We need to get them coached up so that they can be those next man up when we do have something like a torn pec happen with David Connor. But overall, I mean, I couldn't be more excited and pumped for Jeremiah McCrimmon coming here as a JUCO tryout and securing a scholarship offer from the Buffs. What a big deal. So let me know what you think about Jeremiah McCrimmon here. Welcome to the Buffs. We're happy to have you. Okay, now if you stuck with me through all of this, let me tell you a little bit about Vegas. Man, it was such an amazing experience getting able to see all these NBA players, executives, sitting in the crowd with you, being up close with them, seeing them signing kids' autographs and all that, man. But it was a lot of fun. I put a bets on 8 games on Friday for different parlays and dumb things like that. Didn't hit any of them. And usually when I go to Vegas, well, I've only been one other time, but I lost all $200 that I budgeted to bet. So this time I had about 230, and I hit a 7-leg parlay on Saturday where I predicted 7 winners of the games on Saturday. Quite hilarious, right? And then just a few others with Chet Holmgren over 15 points, Jalen Duren over 15 points. But man, it was such a fun trip. I was exhausted by the time Monday came around because I barely got any sleep. You know how Vegas is. The concept of time really doesn't exist. It's so odd. I've never been to a place like that where all of a sudden you just don't care about what time it is or anything like that. But I had a heck of a time seeing some friends I haven't seen in years. And it was great. If you're probably wondering why I've been missing the past few days, I also started my first contract gig this week. And it's just been, it's a lot of fun work. It's going to be a great fit, but it has been a lot in terms of just the onboarding process, getting up to speed on everything, getting ready to go. So thank you for your patience. I'm glad that this is happening in July before fall camp and all that stuff is happening. But thank you for sticking with me. I'm not going anywhere. I do have some really exciting news to announce here very, very soon, but not quite ready for that yet. But appreciate everybody sticking with me. Looking to still secure some more interviews coming up. One that I'm going to tease you with coming up soon, the grandson of legendary Buffs coach Bill McCartney, that is Brandon McCartney. So we've been contacting each other a little bit on Twitter. I think we'll work that out soon. So y'all be looking for that. But again, thank you for sticking with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments on Jeremiah McCrimmon. And as always, Sco Buffs.